Okay. Hello everybody, it's Red Panda Gamer here for another exciting episode of Let's Play Ni No Kuni Wrath of the White Witch on the PlayStation 3. In the last episode, we started this game off and we found out about Oliver and his mom passing, Oliver turning his doll real, his doll turning out to be what I can only describe as, well, not only describe as, it's actually what they call him. He is Lord High of the Fairies, and he's brought us over to his world where we can possibly save our mother. And now we are on a mission to mend a broken heart, but to do so first we have to go to deep dark woods to learn new magic from an old man. So I'm going to go ahead and fight just a couple enemies, because right now we can't actually fight. We definitely want to level up a little bit. I was thinking about doing some of this off camera, but why I figured might as well show more of the game if at all possible. But we won't be able to fight with just melee attacks as Oliver for long. In fact, after this section of the game, we will pretty much never fight with just melee attacks with Oliver. So we get to see some of these early enemies, which in my opinion are designed so beautifully. I mean, everything in this game really is designed beautifully, but in my opinion, one of the more beautiful things is a lot of the enemy sprites. So, I mean, everything about this game is really beautiful. It's really hard to really narrow in on what exactly is so gorgeous about this game. Something I also really like about this game is, like a lot of other JRPGs, when you level up, you actually do heal. You fully heal, and I was going the wrong way, so darn it. You do fully heal, so that's a really nice benefit, and I always really like when RPGs do that, because then it makes it even more of a benefit to grind levels, because, you know, if you come close to death, if you level up after grinding, you're going to get full HP back, so you really lose nothing as long as you eventually level up. So yeah, you can see we got full health back. And unfortunately, you know, you don't learn magic through leveling up. You learn magic through being literally taught magic by other people. I mean, I think actually at some point maybe there is a way to teach magic. I know there's ways to teach tricks to familiars, which is something that comes in later. But I don't know if that actually works for Oliver, but I think it might. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, I didn't really get that far in the game on my own. So part of me just wants to get to the forest so we can get something that's going to make fighting things a lot easier. But at the same time, like I said, you do want to level up a bit because you don't want to be completely under-leveled and then just getting wrecked by everything in the deep dark woods, which you really don't. I mean, the early game is super, super forgiving, obviously, because we're just whacking people around with our wooden stick. So it can't be, it's not like they're going to try and make it that difficult. But I'll fight enemies as they come along. I would have liked to have gotten up to level 3, but I kind of feel like that might not happen. I mean, if we get close, I'll go ahead and continue fighting enemies till we do get to that point. But it also seems interesting because when you get farther in the game, you actually level up pretty quickly because you start fighting multiple bosses, and some of them are much stronger, etc., etc. Come on, finish them off. And yeah, as I may or may not have said, these orbs basically heal HP and MP. But since we're not even using any magic, there's really no point in getting the blue orbs anyway. But it kind of works how Kingdom Hearts worked with their orbs, as you beat enemies. But in this game, it's not necessarily as you beat enemies. It's more as you exploit enemies, I should say. Like, if you block an enemy, or you get a critical hit, or you cancel out one of their moves, basically it's more of a reward than just okay, you killed an enemy, here you go. But it kind of, I mean, you still get orbs no matter what at some point or another. Yeah, we're having a pretty easy time taking all these enemies out, so as I said, early game is super easy. I'm kind of wasting my time fighting these enemies. But I am doing these recordings one after another, so I have yet to see what your guys' reactions are to me let's playing this and your reactions to the first episode. Hopefully they're all good reactions. Hopefully you all enjoy the series. And hopefully you don't mind such long videos, but I figured that if I'm going to do a long game, I feel I should do longer episodes, just because I feel that the more I can show per episode, the better. Like I said, I'd rather have a Let's Play that has, you know, 30, 45-minute parts than a Let's Play with close to 100, 15 to 20-minute parts. But then again, I don't really know how. I mean, I know the game is on average 40 hours through the main game, And then there's like tons of side quests you can do.
Let's do it.
And that really that practically doubles the playtime for the game. So I don't plan on doing too many side quests. I'll probably have a couple episodes where I do them. Side quests are a little different. A lot of them are like fetch quests or, you know, different stuff like that. But I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get into that later. So it looks like I'll probably be able to level up to level 3 before we go in here. Or at least level up shortly after arriving. I would like to level up one more time before we go in there. Yeah, it really doesn't matter. What is that thing up there? Thing looks crazy. We might as well go in here because we're going to level up anyway. I ain't scared of no ghost. I'm sorry, that was a lame thing to say. The deep dark wood. Forest of fairy tales. And I love these like opening cinematics where they kind of just show you all the area. Look at that! It's a waystone. That's useful. A waystone? Yeah, man. Okay, so we don't really need to see... I mean, I'll be honest, like, their dialogue is kind of funny, so I am sorry for skipping it. Like, he makes fun of you a lot for not understanding how to play the game, which I think is some humorous dialogue, but if I have to be the one that reads it, it's just going to seem silly. So go ahead and save here. I won't save over my current... Because, like I said, I'm playing through this game again, or I have another save that I was playing on my own that's about 5 or 6 hours in. So in case for some crazy, ridiculous reason I decide, or you guys hate this Let's Play, or I just stop doing it for whatever reason, I'll still have that save to go to. But I don't plan on not doing this Let's Play. In fact, I'm unbelievably excited for it. And I can't wait to see what you guys say about it. I'm very excited to hear your reactions.
Mr. Drippy! Wait for me!
Who goes there?
Jeepers.
Ollie boy, meet old Father Oak. How do, you a leafiness?
Oh, Drippy, it's you. And to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, I got a visitor by here from another world, see? And what it is I was wondering if you might lend us a bit of a hand, like.
Oh, I should have known. You only ever come to see me when you are in need.
Sorry, you tall ship. You know I'm always very grateful.
This boy.
Ah, spotted it. Did you bark ship?
Well, well. The pure-hearted one. He who will drive out the darkness. And Drippy, you mean to...
That's right, your ancient ship. We're off to give Shadar a right royal hiding.
You? Why? As reckless as ever, I see. Very well. You shall have my aid. But first, we had better give the boy a familiar, had we not?
Oh, yeah. Clean forgot I did. He's right, Ollie boy. It might be a bit early, but I suppose we better teach you how to conjure up familiars, innit?
Familiars?
Yeah, familiars. You're in our world, you can magic up little fighting creatures from your heart, see? They're called familiars. Where we're going, the beasties are only gonna get bigger and meaner. So, you're gonna need a helping hand, or claw, or beak, or tentacle.
Can I really do it?
Well, there's only one way to find out. You want to help your mum, don't you?
Sure I do.
Well then, grab your wizard's companion and turn to the page marked Form Familiar.
But Mr. Drippy, there's no spell named for familiar here. You what? The boy is correct. Look at his wizard's companion. It would seem that it is missing more than a few of its pages. Really, knickers. So does that mean I can't cast the spell? Ho ho ho! I'm not as powerless as you all as all that. Oliver, was it? Let me see now. Form familiar. Ah yes. A gift from me to you, young Oliver. So now we learn how to do one of the coolest things in the game. You received page describing Form Familiar spell. Thank you very much, old Father Oak. but simply pressing the page for a particular spell is no guarantee that you will be able to make use of it. Some spells are simply not meant for certain wizards such as life. Don't worry about the fun for now, Mun. Just give Form Familiar a go, will ya? Sure thing, Mr. Drippy. I feel like Mr. Drippy sounds like a rapper name. But whatever.
What's this?
That's tidy work, Ollie boy. Look at that. A warrior from your very own heart. A familiar.
This is a familiar?
That's right. The fighting spirit inside you made flesh. A soldier of your soul.
And he can really help me fight? Huh? Ouch! That was a mean trick.
And the stronger you get, the harder he's gonna hit as well.
Wow.
Freaking adorable. I love the familiars. So this is a familiar, huh? And he'll be coming with us? Indeed he will, Ollie boy. The more the merrier, ain't it? Here, you'd better give the little fellow a name. I like to keep a lot of the names. I mean, I know that kind of takes the fun out of it, but I don't know. Oftentimes I feel like the developers gave these characters a name for a reason, so I like keeping most of them. Let me give you some spells to aid you in battle. Okay, so he gives us Healing Touch, which, as you may have guessed, it's basically like a cure. And then he also gives us... Pretty sure he gives us another spell. Yeah, he gives us Fireball, which we will need a lot for some upcoming battles. How dare you! You would never aim such a spell at me, would you, boy? Golly, of course not, old Father Oak. Professor Oak. Sorry, that's all I can think of. Okay, so we can go ahead and go to our spells, but we won't worry about that right now. So we have a spells menu. Aw, man.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
Spoiling for a fight, is it? Better give him what he wants, Ollie boy.
Huh? But what do I do?
Just think what you want him to do and he'll do it. It's as easy as falling off a log, man.
Okay. Just think what I want him to do. Here goes.
Alright, so now we get to go ahead and do a battle with our familiar, and they're going to try and explain stuff to us, but I pretty much already know everything there is to know. So basically, we have our familiar. Our familiars use our health and magic power, but they do have their own stamina. What they're explaining right now, too, is the fact that familiars have their own mark, and then some enemies have marks, and if we're able to match our mark with their mark, it allows us to do more damage. So, as I said, we share... Oh, I didn't even need to do that. But this does hurt both of them, so yeah, your familiars have special attacks, but then they also just have normal attacks, which that's mainly what I use when I play. So as you can see, whenever we're taking damage, Oliver's the one that takes damage, which is interesting. Like, I like that idea. Like, I like the idea that you're not completely micromanaging a bunch of like little monsters. I like that what's going on? Okay, there we go. I like that it's less management and more just, you know, you're playing this character until you're not allowed anymore, and when your time runs out, you'll have to switch to something else. I really like that a lot. So we leveled up, and so did Mighty. So you're familiar, it's weird because I know I just did my player pass on this, and I explained most of this, but your familiars and you gain the same amount of experience. So even if you don't do a single thing in the fight, and your familiar does all the fighting, you or any other familiars you may have at the time will all gain the same amount of experience, which I like a lot. So he was also telling us about the creature cage, where we can feed our familiars different foods to give them different boosts in their stats, different stat boosts. Broken-hearted, you say. Shadar's evil spear spreads further, and you will be needing. That we will, ya altitude. Oakitude? Oh, patience, young Drippy. Of course I have. Let me see now. I know it's here somewhere. Crikey, you've gone and lost it, have you? Lost it? The insolence! I put it away safely among my uppermost branches. It's just a little tangled up there, that's all. Ah, while I seek it down, I have a favor to ask you. Why did I mention we're in a flipping hurry, didn't I? We haven't got time to go. Mr. Drippy, we should help old Father Oak. He's giving us the spells, isn't he? So basically, he's telling us that the Guardian of the Woods is acting a fool, and he's neglecting his duties So we gotta go beat him up. Too right he is. He's way stronger than your average beastie. But you've got a familiar on your side now, Mun. You'll be fine. And besides, if you're going to take down Shadar, you can't back out of a bit of light guardian bashing now, can you? Okay, I'll do it. How very kind of you. The guardian can be found in the deepest part of the wood, beyond the Whispering Waterfall. I wish you luck. So we're going to be going to do our first, like, big boss battle. Piece of cake. So he's just showing us how to do different tricks with different familiars and how as they level up they can learn different tricks, but right now that's not really a concern. It's nothing we can really change. I apologize if you do want to see all the tutorial text, but you know, if you want to see all that, you might as well play the game for yourself, because I don't personally feel like that would be very entertaining. Just like read all these tutorials and how you do this and how you do that. I feel like that would be rather boring, but that's just me personally. So we'll go ahead and collect some of this treasure around here. And actually, I think we're going immediately the right way. I kind of would have rather... I think there's another path we could have taken where we could have grinded up a bit. But oh well. This first boss fight is relatively easy. Whispering Waterfalls. Actually, no, you know what? The other way would have just been the way we came, so no biggie. I'd best warn you, Ollie boy, it's absolutely crawling with monsters beyond here. Careful you don't get got before you even get to the Guardian, eh? We'll be fine, Mr. Drippy. I have a familiar help me now. Okay. So we can also access our spells, and at any time you can heal yourself with Healing Touch, or whatever it's called. I believe it's called Healing Touch. Then you can also fully heal yourself with these, and we'll also go ahead and save. Okay. There we go. Alright. And I think Old Father Oak may be a better tree character than that of the Great Deku Tree. I don't know. I don't know that some people may consider that blasphemous. That's just my opinion. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw Mighty back out there, because Mighty is mighty strong. I also really like that it's easy, like that it's possible to like avoid attacks. I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Like you can actually free move around a bit in the game. And we went not when it says nice like that, that's either for doing something like really impressive, like blocking a powerful attack at the right time, but then it's also like a critical hit. So I kind of don't like that they use the exact same like statement for those, but I mean that's kind of just nitpicking at this point. So we got a bar of chocolate. A bar of chocolate we'll basically be using to feed our familiars so that they'll get stat boosts. So we snuck up behind these guys. You can see that exclamation mark with like the yellow outline. That basically means we got a free hit on them. Of course, we didn't use it very wisely, as we did miss. And actually, it looks like we're having a bit of trouble fighting these guys. Perhaps we are a little bit underleveled. So he went ahead and used a bracer on his partner that was pretty much already dead. So there should be an HP drop somewhere soon. I guess not. Oh well. Can't always get HP drops. That's okay. So he went ahead and leveled up. Unfortunately, we don't get our full HP back if our familiar levels up. We only get our full HP back if we level up. But that's okay. I mean, they gotta draw the line somewhere. Crikey, I knew there was something I forgot to tell you about familiars. Important tricks. Okay, so, oh, I thought he already did tell us about this, but we don't need to worry about tricks. As I said, you end up teaching them to yourself anyway. And you can't actually use them right away. It's not till your familiars reach a specific level. So we got Spidoos. So let's go ahead and just keep using Mighty, since he's doing pretty well. That last fight he didn't do amazing, but that's okay. I think he was fighting a little bit tougher enemies that time around. Plus I missed a bunch of my attacks. It's like we almost went without getting hit once in this fight, which is always a good feeling. And it's not even because we're like overpowered either. Like we're not underleveled. We're about where we're supposed to be in the game. But I just love this forest environment. And I think what I really like about it too is we end up going to another forest later in the game. And I like the fact that they still look so much different from one another, even though they are both still like forest levels.
We can do this.
I always really think that's cool
Here goes.
when game developers and level designers can actually make their levels all really unique, even if they have like similar backgrounds, I guess is the way I'd word that. So we should probably heal up real quick. Don't quite know what we could run into. And even if all we use is healing touch, waste a little magic power, but we'll just get back when we level up. Nothing wrong with using a little bit of magic. And we went ahead and got this preemptive strike, if you will, against the teeny bopper.
Let's do it.
And I'm just going to keep fighting with Mighty until, I mean, I don't really need to fight as Oliver for quite a while still. I normally don't use Oliver unless I'm in a boss fight or if I'm like fighting multiple enemies and I need to be able to like avoid hits. Because obviously Mighty is a close range combat fighter. But that's okay. Oh, iced coffee, my favorite drink in the world. It's the best. A little bit of iced coffee with some peppermint mocha. That's what I'm talking about. So this is going to be where the boss is, but we're close to level 4. So we can actually go this way and fight a couple more enemies just till we level up. So as you run back, the level, or the enemies do, well, I thought they respawned anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. What is that up there? It's kind of cool. There we go. So it shouldn't only really take one fight. I could be wrong though. I'm gonna go ahead and show fire magic real quick. Might as well. Plus I said I like to use magic when I'm fighting multiple enemies. So we have fireball. Oh wait, that hurt it? Oh yeah, it did. Okay. I didn't mean to use healing touch. God dang it. Oh. But since we're about to level up, I really don't mind if we use some magic. So magic does a lot of damage. It's also a ranged attack, so it allows you to avoid people's close range combat. And I'm having a lot of trouble pushing the right buttons here. I apologize for that. So it lets you fight long range, and then it also, get back, it lets you avoid, like you can like kind of draw people's attacks like that. Oh, but I didn't run fast enough, so I definitely got hit there. Also, you get elemental damage involved, like, you know, we're going to be fighting grass enemies. And when you fight grass enemies, you use fireballs, and you singe them. And it works really well. So Mighty's about to level up. I don't really know if it's completely necessary. There should be another enemy when we walk back. It seems like this enemy that was here. Yep, okay, cool. I didn't think it was going to respawn because it didn't respawn earlier, but maybe we just weren't far away enough, or since we were still technically within vision of it. So we'll go ahead and use Mighty since when Oliver levels up, or since Oliver's not going to level up again, and I'm not really concerned with. I didn't mean to get that orb either. I would have rather have gotten it after I finished this enemy. But that's fine, I guess. Kill it! Kill it with fire. Well, I guess you can't really kill it with fire. So we went ahead and picked up a green orb, which I'm pretty sure takes us both close to full health anyway. And actually, now that I think about it, it doesn't even matter for full health because there's a waystone right before the boss fight. As per usual in most RPG games, they're very nice about putting save points right before boss fights. And when games don't do that, it kind of makes them terrible. But this game is anything but terrible. In fact, this game is quite fantastic, if you ask me. But you obviously have some interest in what my opinion of this game is because you were watching me play it. Hold up, Ollie boy. Huh? What is it? Listen, man. Somebody's coming. But I don't... It's him. It's the flippin' Guardian. Oh, you. So these Guardians are really, really cool. Like, the way they're designed is awesome. Yeah, punch the shit out of that duck. So I think this is kind of cool. We get this nice little title card here for all the enemies. And I always really like that, seeing what the boss names are. I don't know why. Just little things like that I've always really liked. So we'll start off a little bit with Mighty. Just kind of whittle him down with physical attack. But we're also going to want to switch pretty soon to Oliver so we can use fireball magic. So basically just get some close range combat here, get his health down to about a fourth. They just keep swinging at you until he uses this move. And then, okay, so he's going to say defend yourself. I kind of already know to do that myself though. anytime an enemy gets ready to do like these big charge up moves, you always want to defend. Because that move probably would have done closer to, I don't know, move probably would have done closer to like 30, well 20 probably this early in the game. Also for getting those nice rankings, like when you get critical hits, especially for blocking, you get, oh god, I gotta switch. So you can see his stamina was running out there, so that basically means we can't play as him anymore. For a while, his stamina bar will regenerate, but for the most part we'll probably just keep playing as Oliver. So he uses Bellow, which you can actually, oh nope, I was wrong. I was thinking of a different move. So we're stunned right now. Oh, that's not good. Okay, cool. We got to move just in time. Since, you know, it's the first boss fight, so of course they're going to be a little more lenient. So when you have a chance like that, look, Ollie boy, the big lump's only gone and nicked himself. So basically at this point he's stunned now, and we can just kind of lob fireballs at him. I mean, I think it's cool, like it basically gives you a free shot or two, but at the same time it really doesn't matter that much because it takes a little bit longer to use your magic. So it might even be tidy, that golden glim one. Okay, so if we grab this golden, I'll grab it, I won't bother killing, because I could totally kill him right now if I wanted to. Another thing you gotta keep in mind with some of these bosses is when they use this special attack, they aren't necessarily using it. Oh, cool, I get a chance, so that means I can go ahead. No, I wanted that! I wanted to show that off. Basically gives you a really, really, really overpowered magic attack, which is really useful to have. I really wanted to be able to show that off, but that's fine. We'll switch to Mighty, and we'll finish this jerk off. I didn't mean to say jerk off, but I did. So we finished our first boss. I personally think it's a really easy boss. Well, I mean, I'm sure most people who've played the game think it's a pretty easy boss. Just a good balance between characters, being able to dodge, being able to defend as soon as you have to. I really like the idea of the fact that this isn't the type of RPG where you can just play and like button mash, button mash, button mash, like, oh, is this fight over yet? Like, you actually have to pay attention to what the enemies are doing and what you're doing and how close you are and what type of attack. There's just a lot of meta game to it, and I like that a lot about it. Crikey, that was a close run thing, man. The Guardian, he headed toward the deepest part of the wood. Do you think he's back to normal now? Your guess is as good as mine, man, but that weird look in his eyes is gone at least. I reckon it'll probably take some time to get his head together, and then he'll be right back to the old gardening. Gardening? I don't know. But what made him go all screwy like that? You don't think it was? Of course it flippin' was! Had Shadar written all over it. We'd best watch our backs if we visit any more forests. Saying that, you're getting your guardians everywhere. Anyway, we did it. We came to do. Better get old tree face. Sure, let's go. So another nice thing about this game is they don't make you walk all the way back. It's a small detail, but it's something I personally really like a lot. Also, when you beat a lot of these levels, when you beat their bosses, you get Tales of Wonders, which are basically pages in your book where you can read backstory about the game.
You did well to calm the Guardian of the Woods, and I found what I was looking for. But first, a gift, by way of thanks.
Gee.
You were on a roll by here, man.
I entrust to you one of my closest companions, the Telling Stone. His knowledge of our world rivals even my own. I thought he might help you on your journey. I'm sure if you ask him nicely, he will tell you anything you wish to know. And the other thing, the locket. This is what you came here for, is it not? It is a vessel for fragments of the human heart. To rescue the heartbroken, you will need the locket and the spells required to use it. I will give you those as well.
Thank you so much, Old Father Oak.
Such a well-mannered child. Unlike some I could mention.
What? All right. Ta, backface.
Some things are as unchanging as the forest. No matter. You had best be on your way. Now, boy, you must come and see me from time to time, and tell me of your travels. I look forward to hearing of your progress.
Yes, sir.
Let's be off, shall we? Time to head back to Ding Dong Dell and mend a broken heart.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we'll do in the next exciting episode of Let's Play Ni No Kuni Wrath of the White Witch. We now have the ability to take people's hearts, which sounds way worse than it really is. And then we also have the ability to give people hearts. And more of that will be explained when we actually put it to good use. In the next episode of Let's Play Ni No Kuni, I am going to do a little bit of grinding around the area with my new familiar. And I will see you guys back at Ding Dong Dell in the next episode. So guys, like this video, favorite this video, comment this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and do whatever you gotta do to share love. Be sure to comment below telling me if you're enjoying the Let's Play or not, and I will see you guys next time.